Yo, what's good? What's going on? It's your boy Main, and today we had the big update for college football 25, man. That's right. New uniforms in the game, 11 new offensive formations, more players added to the game that weren't in the game before, the ability to edit ratings for generated players and recruits in Dynasty mode, which that was a big one, and a whole lot more, man. But as we get into it today, go ahead and drop a like on the video if you find this information useful, and go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel and turn on notification bell so you know when another video goes live. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So first things first, man, for gameplay, looks like they went ahead and updated the new switch stick, and with the switch stick now they have a delay option in there. So now instead of you just instantly switching over to someone by accident as soon as the play start, you can go ahead and do no delay, slight delay, large delay, or just disable the switch stick altogether. I think this is pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie, for me specifically, I'm trying to get used to like making line adjustments and stuff like that, and like if they're in a hurry up, y'all know the pressure of hurrying up and getting this play in and doing all your adjustments before they just start to play. And it's like if they catch you while you're doing that, you immediately switch on somebody, and you could be in a position where you're trying to rush or just create some pressure up the middle, and now you onto a corner and y'all been playing man, you were bringing pressure, and now all of a sudden they throwing it over your head. So you know my pain if you know exactly what I'm talking about with this switch stick. But getting this update to be able to edit how we're able to use it is a W for sure. Also, they fixed the trips bunch glitch where you could like just send a guy on like I think it was like a corner, adjust the stem, and he would get like this crazy boost off the line. I did try it a few times in my Dynasty. I ain't even gonna lie, shameless, but it didn't really work that much for me. I'm gonna be real. I only used it like twice, and it really did not work. Like the defense is OP on All-American and Heisman, so it didn't even matter. It did not help me whatsoever. But good thing that they fixed that, because I know a lot of you guys probably play online, and that's the number one thing. Like, I hate cheesing. That's why I really stay away from the competitive side of it, because the stuff like this will always exist in these football games and sports games in general, and so that's why I stay away from the competitive side. But good thing they went ahead and fixed that. And they also had a note about it saying we will be working on an additional fix slated for the next title update, which will result in further balancing. I'm not sure what they mean by that, but I guess there's other things that people probably know about, like I was talking about with all these glitches that people are probably exploiting. That's probably what they're alluding to without bringing direct attention to some other exploit in the game. But other than that, they had increased responsiveness to pass block sliders for users and the CPU, fixed an issue where defenders could slip through double teams without the appropriate animation. Now I was watching on the way home, I was watching Eric Wayweather's video on the update, and he did mention that this was probably related to the double mug exploit. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't gonna lie, in my Dynasty I've been killing this, bro, because it's so hard to play defense, bro. Like, it seemed like every running back, no matter how good they are, just gets a speed boost out of the backfield when you run commit. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just me, because I ain't that good at this game, but I love playing it. And I always have to run double mug, bro, and do all my adjustments. That's why I'm happy about the switch stick change. But yeah, that's probably what this is about. So I guess we'll see. We'll jump in and see how good or how effective double mug still is. They also decreased the times the CPU calls jet touch fast. I personally haven't experienced that whatsoever. I don't think I've seen that too much. Maybe I haven't, just don't realize, but I don't think I've ever seen that as much as they're alluding to. Increased the effectiveness of pass committing versus trick plays. Haven't had that, haven't had a reason to think that I need to increase on that either, but I guess we'll keep going. Increase the risk of running committing from man coverage. Haven't heard too much about this either, but that's all. I guess that's always a W for balancing. Like, if there's some type of exploit for that, which I'm pretty sure there is, it's good that they increase the risk for doing that, because I mean, you should. I mean, if you're in man coverage and you commit to the run, you're gonna have some holes, so you got to be guessing right, and it feels more rewarding when you get that right, because you know how bad it could have been if it was just play action and they're able to throw it over the top. Fix an issue where players could continue to spin when using conservative ball carrier coach adjustment. Adjusted the AI logic to significantly reduce chances of receiving a roughing the kicker penalty. Bro, oh my God. Thank God they put this in here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am so like fighting back against a team, especially because I have a dynasty with South Alabama. And like those teams like that, those one star programs aren't that good, bro. So when I'm fighting back to try to get into the game, and we finally get some momentum, and then, you know, they score, and then or they're just kicking a field goal on 4th down. We finally get them off the field, and we get a random roughing the kicker when I didn't even try to block the kick. It kills momentum, man. So I'm so happy that they made that change, because that one was killing me. Increase the chance for defensive linemen to sniff out HB screenplays. All right, I know why they did this, but maybe I'm just the most unlucky person in the world, but the screen is my bread and butter when I need it. But dog, if you really need it, the CPU knows, dog. I'm telling you, the CPU destroys my screenplays every single time, dog. I don't know, like when I really need it, not if I'm just trying to be greedy, when I really need it, they sniff my screenplay out every time. I'm talking about, so my running back doesn't even get to go on his route. Immediately he gets blown up by a defensive lineman, washed into the blocking. Like, it's just every single time I need it, that happens. Or they scream off the line and get to me way before I can even throw it. Maybe I'm trash, I don't know, but this happens to me a lot. All right, so here's one of the big ones, man. They've added 11 new formations to the playbook. I haven't played with some of these teams yet. I've only played with a few, but here's some of the formations that they've added. They added single back wing slot over for UConn and Charlotte, pistol H double wing for Ball State, pistol doubles wild stack for Florida, Louisville, and Illinois, the pistol trip wide over off for Cincinnati, the pistol full house twins over for New Mexico State, I think that is. Yeah, for New Mexico State, UNLV, option, and the spread option playbook, so that's pretty good. Pistol strong tight for Liberty, Louisville, UTEP, Rice, and Kennesaw State. Pistol bunch open for Missouri. Pistol ace heavy overload for Ball State. Pistol wing slot over for Florida, Texas, Michigan, and Kennesaw State. Pistol weak slot over for Texas A&M, Cincinnati. Pistol strong trips over for Florida, multiple, and the Cincinnati. And they added new jet sweep series plays for under center for Utah, Bowling Green, and Kentucky. They also added more formations and plays to multiple team playbooks, specifically empty and short yardage formations. And they added that they'll continue to do so through future title updates. They also made a change for personnel for Liberty's pistol formations. They have 2 halfbacks instead of a halfback and a tight end and a fullback. So that's pretty good. Also, some more big changes for Dynasty. They enabled the ability to edit ratings for non-NIL players and recruits. This is huge, man. I know a lot of people wanted to edit ratings. I'm not sure why, but whatever reason you want, at least you have the option. I think that's the most important thing, just having the option to play the game how you want to play it. I think is the most important thing. And there's still some things missing from this, like of course you cannot edit a number, which is huge, but I also get why they're doing it. But I think if they're able to change things like ratings for non-NIL players and recruits, they should be able to change the numbers for non-NIL players and recruits. So that's kind of confusing to me. I don't really get that, but it is what it is, and I guess they'll continue to work on that, and I guess we'll see a patch for that soon. Who knows? They furthered the Super Sim tuning to reduce completion percentages across the country, especially limiting quarterbacks completing more than 70% of their passes. Introduced new AR Super Sim tuning logic for in-game simming. Playtime will now scale to the selected quarter length. This is all good, but when they say stuff like AR Super Sim and stuff like that, like they're talking about the changes that they made. I'm assuming they don't think a lot of people are testing this stuff out, but I'm gonna be real. I really don't believe them when they say stuff like this. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But I guess we'll have to wait and try it out. I don't really sim much, but I can try it out just to make sure that this is good. If I'm gonna speak on it, at least I need to make sure that they actually stand by what they say. Also, they even enabled mass subs for online and offline Dynasty games when playing against the AI. This is huge, man. You wanna know what's crazy about this? They say they enabled it. I don't know why, but in like the older video games, especially like the older Maddens and the older college, this was a thing that was just there. You could auto sub all of these guys out at any point in time. Like I did notice that if you were like blowing a team out in the 4th quarter, it would automatically do it for you, which was good. But it's just crazy that we're getting some of these old features back into the game. Like it's been so long since we had a college football 25 game. I would have just thought that this was something that would come with it off the rip, but I guess not. And Madden hasn't had this in I don't know how long, man. So it's just good to see that they're doing this. It is good, but it's just crazy how we keep getting stuff added in as features that's been in the games, the older games, for forever. But it is what it is. Just happy to see it come back. Can't be too mad about that. Further tuning for award systems. I don't really know what they mean specifically by that. but I guess there are some issues with how they're calculating who gets what award. Sometimes they're probably favoring certain statistics more than they really should, so that's probably what they mean by that. They also fixed the issue with the stat display for returner of the year. I haven't seen any issues with that specifically, but if you guys know what it is, drop it in the comment section. Updated data for Kent State and Oklahoma State coaching staff. That's weird. Dev note, you'll be required to start new Dynasty for the updated staff. Okay, that's good. For this to be the only thing that you have to reset your Dynasty for, this is fire. And I don't think people think that this is worth that anyway, but that's good. All the big changes will just be updated. When you go to your online or offline Dynasty, you'll see that it's going to like have a little progression screen where it patches your offline, and that is so huge, man. So big ups to them for that, because there's been some times where like in the past where you had to like redo your whole franchise, or your whole franchise to just get a new update. And that's cool that now that they have it to where all the important stuff is getting through. Some things they might not be able to do, and that's okay. And I love that they're working with us, trying to get us the most important things. And you know, some things they might not be able to catch, that's fine, as long as we get the most important stuff in there. They also fixed the issue where the broken vertebrae injury was incorrectly labeled as a strain pack. That's funny, but that's cool. College Ultimate Team I could care less about. In that mode is so predatory, I don't even want to talk about it. Road to Glory mode. So they finally gave players the ability to audible regardless of what position. I'm telling y'all, we need to run it back. I see that y'all love my Madden Superstar, so we're gonna keep going with that, but I would love to return to the college football one and be able to do this, man. I almost wish I could go back and finish my entire career at Coastal Carolina now, because if I had this ability when I was at Coastal Carolina with my receiver, bro, this would have been way better. So big ups to them for adding that. Retune started attributes for HB archetypes, which includes an increase in speed, agility, change of direction, stamina. This is good, man. This is huge, because some of that stuff, it just made it not worth it for you to do any of the other types of recruits, man. Like if you did anything less than, what was it, I believe they had the 5-star. If you did anything less than 4-star, it was just completely useless. Even 4-star in certain applications was just not a good idea, especially if you want to go to a smaller school. Retune the starting attributes for cornerback archetypes, which includes increased speed. So they did the same thing for corner, so that's dope. All right, so also one more big one, man. They introduced new uniforms for Arkansas State, UAB, Western Kentucky, Louisiana Monroe, Tennessee, ECU, Western Virginia, UMass, Charlotte, Ohio State, and they also made it to where the Nike teams have the updated diamond swoosh when they're in the playoff games or in a bowl game, stuff like that. Colorado State and Minnesota. All these uniforms are nice to see get added into the game. I also did hear in the Eric Wayweather video that they can only put certain uniforms in the game that are approved by the schools. I actually didn't know that, but that's good information to have. So if you don't see some of the uniforms that you're looking for in these games, just keep that in mind, man. There's really not too much they could do about that, but they've been constantly on it with adding these, man, so that's pretty dope. They also updated the uniform pieces for the 2024 season for Charlotte, Cal, Tulsa, and Miami, Ohio. Included the new NIL players from multiple teams. So that's dope. Some of the players that weren't in the game before are now in the game, and it's been pretty dope to see them on Twitter like posting that they're now in the game, man. That's so fire. I love that. So I mean, everything that the College Football 25 team has been doing just been amazing, man, as far as like their communication. Don't get me wrong, they got a lot of stuff to work on. This game is far from perfect, but the stuff that they're adding to it is very encouraging to see, and we can't do anything but just wait and see how much better it's going to get in College Football 26 or just throughout this entire season, man. So that's going to pretty much do it for the updates, man. I appreciate y'all sticking around. What do y'all think was y'all favorite update, man? Mine has to be the Road to Glory change. That's got me pumped up to jump back into Road to Glory. Change up them plays when the coach is just like out of it, because that's another thing that need to be tuned, probably just the play logic for some of those teams, man. It's been crazy in Road to Glory seeing the coach calling some type of plays, but I'd love to hear what's your favorite change that was made in this update. So go ahead and drop that in the comment section below, man. As always, appreciate y'all for coming out. On your way out though, if you don't mind, if you really found this informative, go ahead and drop a like for your boy. Consider subscribing to the channel, turn on notification bell so you know when another video goes live. And if you'd like to see me play this game live, man, head over to twitch.tv/mainforever. Give your boy a follow. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.